Hey guys, I'm John Fryer. Welcome to Fryer Funds, welcome to my kitchen, and welcome to the Fryer Feast series. In this series, we took $15,000, we're investing it into individual companies, with all investment decisions made over the weekend to be executed on Monday. This is for people who work 9 to 5, who don't have time to trade during the week or make decisions during the week, so we focus on the weekend execution and go from there. Now, I want to point out, this is not financial advice, this is not legal advice, consult your own advisors, and make your own decisions. But with that said, let's dive in, see what happened this week, and where we're going from here.
Alright guys, so let's start off by talking about last weekend. I was a little too busy and couldn't make any investment choices. So in those situations, the best idea is generally to just leave the portfolio alone. I did take a look at a couple things, thought about making some changes, but I couldn't put out a video, so I didn't make any investment choices. But not everyone has a chance every weekend to change out their investments, and that's okay as long as you believe in what you're investing in. So going back a month ago when we started this, on to the next subject here, the S&P 500 is up about 3%, a little over. Meanwhile, the Fryer Feast is up a little over 4%. So we are doing good, about 25% better than the S&P 500, which isn't too bad, especially with everything going on right now. And then the final subject I want to talk on before we get into the choices for this week or the investment trades we're going to make. I did get the free stocks from Webull. Thank you for everyone who signed up with the link. If you haven't, go down to the description, sign up with the link, get your free stocks, and add to the Fryer Feast. But with those stocks, I'm wondering what you guys want me to do with them. Should I just leave them? Whatever they are, doesn't matter, and just let them sit there. Should I sell them right away as soon as I get them? Should I sell them when they're low, just to make it look like there's worse numbers? Should I sell it when they're a little high so it looks like better numbers, or actually do research on them, see if we want to keep them and make the decision from there? So leave a comment, let me know what you guys think, and we'll take the action on those as we get feedback on that. But with all that, that's the big stuff I wanted to talk about, but let's get into the trades for this week and for Monday. The first one actually isn't going to be a trade, actually. Twilio, it's up 70%, but this is a long-term hold. It's a high-cost stock, so we only have one share of it, so it's hard to take profits, and I still see this as a good long-term hold company, so we won't be taking profits, but if you have more than one share, you might consider taking profits on Twilio. Then the next one is LivePerson. Now this is a shorter term trade that's not necessarily a great long-term hold. However, because of everything going on with everyone working from home, LivePerson was a good trade investment here. And we're up 64%, which is huge. So we do want to take some profits, but there's still room to grow on the upside, maybe 30% here. So on LivePerson, LPSN, we're going to sell 5 shares and take our profits there and let the rest run for a little while and check on it in the coming weeks. Next up is UPS. They did have earnings. I think it was actually the week before last. It would have been a play for last weekend. But because of earnings, they announced that they're increasing their spending because of all of the demand. So the stock got hit because of that with the extra spending. However, this is still a good 1 quarter play or 1 quarter trade because next quarter their earnings should be significantly up and they've already spent what they needed to get there. So UPS we're going to just hold on to for now. It's not low enough yet to lower our cost basis, but there's no profit to be taken because on earnings it got hit. Airlines these last 2 weeks have been demolished. Warren Buffett sold out, which really hurt them, although they did bounce back some. And then this last week there was other news about bankruptcies and the situation there. So airlines have been hit, but of course there's still a lot of room for recovery, so we can actually just lower our cost basis here. And looking across our portfolio, I think our best bet right now is to just buy 1 more share of UAL, United Airlines, and then see how things go this week and see if we can lower our cost basis even more next weekend. Next bit of news, theme parks, they're starting to slowly open, including Disney now. There's some announcements there. But with that, SeaWorld and Six Flags have both gone up significantly. Could take some profits here, but they're not quite high enough that I want to yet. On the flip side, for the stay-at-home, or away-from-home entertainment rather, Cinemark and Dave & Buster's, CNK and Play, they're both down quite a bit. Not enough to worry. There's no huge bad news there. There was some news about AMC, a competitor to Cinemark for theaters, might be bought by Amazon. We'll see how that plays out. But I want to lower the cost basis here on Cinemark and Dave & Buster's, so we're going to buy one more share of both of those. Continuing on, banks, they continue to kind of hit new lows. There's still a lot of question marks on what's going to happen with the banks and their earnings, as debts are hard to pay for a lot of companies and commercial and even people that can't get a job right now. So banks are kind of down. We can lower our cost basis. The one investment that I'd like to actually lower the cost basis at with where they're at is just cash. So we'll buy one more share of cash, which is Meta Financial. Then on the retail sector, now we're not going to make any moves here, but I do want to bring this up. JCPenney filed for bankruptcy. There's a good chance they are going to change possibly into more of a commercial real estate company with all the property they own. We'll kind of see what happens with JCPenney, but because they filed for bankruptcy, all the retailers got hit. Unfortunately, they've kind of bounced back already, so there's not a lot of room here to buy much. I've thought about it, and for now, I want to wait and see, because if there's another big retailer that files for bankruptcy, they could get hit even harder, and that'll give us a better chance to buy in. So we're not going to make any trades off that, but I do want to bring up that news. Next up is Sonic Automotive, the used car dealership. They've actually bounced back really hard, and their current stock price is about what it was last summer. I don't know, and that seems a little too high for me, but I still think that used car sales are going to go up with the pandemic, with less public transportation being used. So I still want to keep some, but I do want to take the profit we have here. So we're going to sell one share of Sonic Automotive. And then the last trade action we're going to take this week is on Iron Mountain. Now, they reported earnings. They were good, solid numbers, so it popped up like 20%. However, it's sold off since then, bringing us back down to a good low that we can actually lower our cost basis. Iron Mountain, I still think, is a good long-term dividend investment with good growth as they build out data centers to replace their physical document storage. So we're going to go ahead and buy one more share of Iron Mountain. So down here, we're going to sell 5 shares of LivePerson, sell 1 share of Sonic Automotive, and then buy a share of United Airlines, Cinemark, Dave & Buster's, Meta Financial, and Iron Mountain. So those are the actions we'll be taking on Monday. Now again, this is not financial advice, this is not legal advice. Consult your own advisors and make your own decisions. But with that said, hopefully next weekend we can dive into this. I'd like to do more research on retail and automotive sectors this week and see if we can't find some better trades there and continue to watch as everything moves around. But with that said, we'll see you next weekend. Thanks for watching.